So if you ever wondered what type of insulation is actually rodent proof or not, I accidentally got an experiment going that I think gives you a lot of proof as to what's what. Let me show you. I have a shed here outdoor that over the winter was infested with the neighborhood rats, which have been going crazy all winter. So they wound up setting shop in my shed, making a home. And I have 3 different types of insulation, Batt insulation, just odds and ends from in there. And they really treated them differently in there. So there was no difference in terms of where I put them in the ceiling, but clearly some of the stuff they avoided, some of the stuff they didn't. So let me show you what I got going on. So I've got a shed here, and I had insulation through the whole rafters. I have a foam board, and then I had Batt insulation through the whole thing. They came in through they ate a hole through my shed, and then found some fertilizer that they thought was food and ate on it all winter while I wasn't looking. And they made a home right in the ceiling and in the corner there in the ceiling. I've pulled the insulation now, and it's pretty interesting what you see in terms of what they liked and what they didn't like. This is Roxul or Rockwool, right? They didn't really touch it much. There's not a lot. You don't see much signs. You don't see any pulling. I don't see any poo on this. I don't see any pee. There could be. Who the hell knows? They pee on everything. And maybe there's a little bit of pee there. The rats pee on everything. It's disgusting. Anyways, and they clearly there's some chew remnants here, but they didn't actually chew the Rockwool. So if you look, the whole piece is pretty spotless. I have another piece here. I see some poo there, but again, nothing actually, but you can see it already. I've got remnants of chew from another insulation right here, and I've got remnants of chew of you-know-who, the pink stuff, right? And then there's some of the white stuff. So overall, they didn't really attack this much. It looks like they tried to chew it in a couple of places here, but gave up. So I'm calling that a win for Roxul in terms of not making a nice home. I know they claim it's rodent resistant, but I think that's proof positive that it actually is. I think if I maybe had my whole ceiling with that stuff, the rats, I don't know, maybe they still would have made a home, but they wouldn't have lived in the insulation. Now let me show you the stuff I was already putting in the trash. Here's the white stuff. Look at the difference. They ate through in a bunch of places. Okay, look here, they made a nest right here out of the stuff. The stuff stinks to high heaven to pee. All that yellow stuff is pee. So I'm saying this is the Mansville stuff, the white fiberglass. I'm saying that's a total fail. They clearly did not care. They were living in this. They were making a nice cozy home in the winter. And they did that with all of the white stuff. All the white stuff looks like that. It's disgusting. And then let's look at the pink stuff. And I think you'll find the same thing with the pink stuff. Look at this. They pee all over. They were making a nest in it, right? Look at a nice lovely nest right. Oh, Jesus, that's disgusting. So if you needed a real world test, I'm saying Roxul, good job. You actually are rodent proof. Pink, white, it may be good insulation, may be cost effective, but it definitely is a favorite for the rats. So if you are even afraid of rodents making a home in something like a shed where you're not eyeballing it all day, every day, I am always going to go with the Roxul. I'll pay the extra price to not have to do this stupid job again. This is disgusting. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I hope you found that useful. I don't have a like and subscribe because I don't do this. I'm not a YouTuber. I just thought, you know what? This is something that people will probably want to see. Anyways, a good day.